What's up guys, how's it going, and welcome to the Minute channel. Today we're gonna be talking about, the Nintendo. So the Nintendo Switch, we just had an announcement for the Nintendo Switch earlier today, and honestly this was something kind of random, really out of nowhere, just kind of showed up. And at first I welcomed the notice. It was the brand new OLED Nintendo Switch, and I was like, oh cool, is this the Nintendo Switch Pro? It is not. And you know what, that's fine, I guess, to an extent. It's just not something that I guess anybody wanted, or I don't know. It's just, I don't know how I feel about it. I just feel really conflicted for a little different reasons. Mainly being, again, I don't really feel like Nintendo needed a change. Not this particular change. They definitely need a lot of changes, but the OLED model is not a change that they needed. Honestly, I feel like it didn't need to happen. Now the OLED screen is a better screen. I'm not gonna lie, it's a much better screen. My PS Vita has it. I own 3 PS Vitas at this point in my life, and all of them are the OLED model. It is better looking. I've seen the other Vita, compare both of them, and it is a better screen. So I'm not gonna lie and sit here and tell you it doesn't matter, because it's a much better screen. However, I really feel like this was a change that, sure, what is nice, I don't think it really sits good with a 350. They are doing a price now of $350, which honestly I don't know if I really feel like a lot of fans are gonna be jumping on board. Now, if you never own a PS Vita, or you're looking to do or have a PS Vita for which is just handheld mode, then I can see why you will want something like this. Personally, I only think that that's the only reason why you would like to own a Vita, and that's because of the portability aspect. Now, personally, I don't use it for portability aspect. I'll be honest with you guys, my PS Vita is still sitting there in the dock. I barely ever played, and it's not because I don't like the Switch. I do love the Switch, and I have a bunch of games on the Switch. It's just because I don't really use it portable. I worked from home for the last year and a half. Now I'm not working from home anymore, but honestly, just don't really use the portability aspect. It doesn't click with me. I just don't need it at this particular point in my life. I understand why a lot of people do like it. It's just really not something that I will say like, wow, this is, I love this feature or anything like that. I personally would have liked a docked Switch, which is just basically a Switch console kind of thing. Obviously that's my personal take on that, but overall, I feel like this price is just a little bit $50 extra is just a little bit of money. Typically when you see the new model, it's usually cheaper, not more expensive, unless you see like very big improvements. And I think that's what the major consensus here is. A lot of people were hoping for a lot of improvements, and we can just list a few here, but I'm not like shitting on the Switch or anything like that. And I do like the Switch and what I have with the Switch. I just feel like if they were gonna revise the system, they could have easily just adapted some other changes besides the fact that they did the screen. Now, they did a couple different stuff here that I will say looks cool. I mean, they changed the kickstand on the back, which is now a longer one, definitely needed. But from that on, I'm still kind of conflicted with a lot of these changes. You're kind of like, was that really necessary, kind of thing? They added a Ethernet port. Personally, I don't know anybody. I personally don't use the Nintendo Switch online. After playing it for 2 days or the 7 days that they had the trial for, I realized that it's pretty poorly optimized, so I never paid for the service again. And I just feel like at this point, instead of giving Nintendo money, I would have just rather be like, yo, Nintendo, fix your system, fix your stuff, because it is a lot of stuff that they could be fixing. They could be adding implementations that a lot of people be wanting for some time. For example, the themes. This is one thing that a lot of people have been asking about. I personally would like them if they can improve the Joy-Cons. I'm not a fan of the Joy-Cons at this point. I had purchased 3 pairs of Joy-Cons, and they keep drifting, and it's not just kind of like you can send them back to, but if you buy a car and it breaks down, there's laws to protect you from buying things that just break. Like, that's not what's supposed to happen with quality items. And what you think of Nintendo, I don't know, but I never really felt like it was like a quality thing. Like I never felt like Nintendo will sell me something that breaks. But this time around, I've been pretty disappointed with the fact that this thing that the Joy-Cons is just not good. I feel like a revised edition of the Joy-Cons will be really welcome. Personally, I would have been more excited if that was one of the key features. Like if they were to do some kind of revision of the Joy-Cons, I would have really welcomed that addition. Another thing that I really wanted them to work on a little bit more would have been, again, the capacity of the Switch, as far as kind of like performance wise. Like obviously the Switch is supposed to be a portable system, but as shown by a lot of different high-end PCs that look like a Switch nowadays, it is definitely possible to do something like that. Obviously it's more money, but at this point we're reaching PC numbers already. Like if you look at things like the PlayStation 5 or the Xbox Series X, those are not really console prices anymore. You're looking at low-end PCs, but you're starting to see that these consoles are costing almost the same amount of PCs. So at this point, if you really want to do an improvement, I feel like go all out, do those changes, make it really worth people's times and effort, because there's a money involved in this. Nobody's getting this for free, right? So that's how I feel about that. Understandably so, some people are upset about this, and some people are just excited, and I get it. If you're excited for this, I'm not here to cheer on your parade. You can enjoy this as much as you want to. I just personally feel like a little, telling Nintendo this is not, like a system that I guess people expected will be a long way. But here's my thoughts about this. But let me know in the comments below, what do you think about this? Are you excited about this system at all? You're not excited about this? If you're new, please consider liking and subscribing, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.